Hey guys, it's Chris.
And Stephanie.
Back
Hi.
again from Central Station Toys in downtown Cleburne, Texas. Here talking about Lego Masters.
Yes.
Once again, we are episode 6.
This was an exciting one.
I know, we're halfway through. They got most, or not most of the teams gone, but I mean we've lost what? Mel and Jermaine. No, so we lost Crystal and Amy, we lost Travis and Corey, Manny and Nestor, and Jesse and Carrie. Sorry, spoiler.
Just in case she's watching, you want to say her name correctly.
All right. So this week we had some pretty cool stuff happening.
We did. It was a test of speed.
You know the funny thing about it, I love the beginning because they got the Pinewood Derby and built their cars, and it is going to happen here. It is going to come here. I want a track here that we can build cars and people can race them down.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I can't say when, I don't know when it's going to happen, but we will have them here at the store soon.
And also strength because they built bridges.
They built bridges, yes. So
yeah.
I was excited to see. I was excited to see this episode. It was pretty impressive.
It was intense. So they had 30 minutes to build a car. Most of them had no clue, as far as scientifically how that would work.
Yeah, they all had their different theories on how their car was going to be the fastest.
And even people that had, Jessica mentioned that she had a science background. And did not necessarily translate to Lego science. Well,
on speed.
Yeah, and maybe because it was plastic as opposed to plywood. I don't know.
Some wobbly wheels that didn't finish the race, and
I thought a few times that there were some that were I thought, wow, that's really heavy in the back. It's gonna push it down. There's gonna be a lot of kinetic energy there.
Nothing.
No.
The wobbly wheels, and I've done Pinewood Derby. I mean, they mentioned several of them. Sam had one Pinewood Derby. One of the other ones did the Pinewood Derby as well. But there was a lot of interesting little intricate things to that for this stupid little car to make it.
It was interesting what everybody thought was going to make their car faster or more aerodynamic. Or Christian and Aaron had 8 wheels to theirs. Boone and Mark took the tires off of all of their wheels, and then
which I thought was a bad idea. I really thought that was going to be a complete failure.
Well, it could have gone either way because plastic on plastic could work well, but it also, you think that rubber helps to get a little bit of traction and kind of pull it forward. Obviously, that's not an issue with Lego.
No, not with Lego. When you're racing down a track quick
and it was very steep incline. Yeah. So they got 30 minutes to do that, and then Boone and Mark did really well. Their no tires worked in their favor. They came out in first place, and then Mel and Jermaine came out in second, and then Sam and Jessica third.
Third, yep. And I like the Boone and Marks with their naming of the car. That was funny.
Oh, the line.
Well, it was a green machine, and they said, or it could be Lime Times. And they said, we go for Lime Times.
That was funny. And then the bridge building.
Bridge building came out.
Well, any more on the cars?
The cars are what they are. It was a quick part of the show just to set the pace.
Because it was over.
But that's how the races are. You do one race, they're done. I mean,
time to move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bridge building, that was interesting to see.
Again.
I don't know how else to describe it at the beginning because
I the whole spoiler alert thing you know, last week they did a spoiler alert of the tower falling.
Oh, yeah.
This week in the previews they're already saying 1,000 pounds. So you knew one of the bridges was going to hold 1,000 pounds. You just didn't know which one.
Or
it was.
that they were putting it on all at once. I don't know. I wasn't sure where they were going.
That was the one thing that I was just like, okay, don't tell me it was 1,000 pounds. I wanted the suspense that they had where they celebrate, but you knew once the one was, you know, up over 600-700, like, okay, this is the one that's going to make it.
But see, then you wanted to know who's got to 1,000 pounds.
I know.
Whose are they putting 1,000 pounds on? And I thought, is that the first thing they're doing? Like 50, 100, 1,000? I mean,
And
what are we
obviously,
doing?
you know, someone got fired from the show. They
Oh.
said someone got eliminated, someone got fired because they didn't know a Lego bridge could hold 1,000 pounds.
True. Or
Stealing weights from the camera crew. That's.
What was 445 when they said they should have gotten fired, and then
Yeah, and then they went up to 1,000. So
That was fun.
they kept bringing sandbags and weights from the camera crew to put on the bridges because it was.
I know. And then I saw those bars. I'm like, where did those come from? They let go raid, 24-hour fitness, like in between commercial breaks or something.
So.
But that was fun and funny. And, you know, I thought Tyler and Amy had the arch bridge, and I thought it was funny because they were like, we don't really know what we're doing. We're just going to make this look really nice.
And they knew, you know, based on engineering, that it should be an arch, and they technically were the strongest bridges or the strongest pieces, and they put it all together, and it kept breaking. And they're like, all right, and they gave up and went to a classic stone style bridge.
Right.
And they were ready for it to fall at 100 pounds, and yet it kept going.
They just start
and going.
Let's just at least make it
But
look
you
nice.
can tell they built it all, but then they just put.
They even put butterflies on
Yeah, they're decorating it because they wanted to go for pretty because they didn't want to be in the bottom two. But the bridge
Yeah, they had that going for them.
kept piling on there, and everyone was. I mean, I love the fact that when they finally hit that 1,000 pounds, and everybody exploded, were so excited. Because I don't think anybody there, obviously not the producers, not the, you know, they're only ready for a 500-pound bridge.
Well, Christian and Aaron went first, and they went to 445, so it was like,
Yeah, they
okay,
were already
gotta at
running.
least get that.
They were running out of bricks. They were running out of weights there, but it broke, and they're like, all right. So they were pretty happy that hey, we've got 500 pounds worth of weights here.
Yeah.
We're good.
It was very intense.
Yes.
And you just kept going, how much more can they take of this, you know? And they were saying about how they were getting those sandbags from the camera crew, and I'm like, did they already weigh those? Like, they have a scale in the back, or how do they?
I think the camera crews, they know they have 25-pound bags, and that's how they do it.
Oh, okay.
It's to balance their cameras and stuff, so they know how much their bags weigh. They're all union workers.
What about Flynn and Richard? They're union workers. Not that we have anything against that. Flynn and Richard, they had the double truss bridge. It was very neat. They did compliment them on how clean and streamlined it was. I really thought it was going to hold up a lot better. But we were looking at the outer framework of it, and the middle just was like...
Well, the bridge itself was solid, but then their little trusses that went up to hold it, there was not much there.
I don't know.
And they even
put
said
that weight on there, and you just automatically hurt.
Yeah, but even when they said those weren't really even connected in, they were just kind of like put there, and so you could kind of see that one was going to go quickly.
And it did.
Yeah.
That was hard.
And, you know, and it's hard. I mean.
And they were like, no.
Mel and Jermaine, they had a rough time as well.
Yes, they did, and they didn't follow the rules.
They didn't finish to the rules. They knew they were trying to build it up, and he even said, I needed 20 more minutes to get it up to the right level. But they didn't get there.
And it cost them dearly.
Yeah, but even still, it didn't hold that much, 125. They would have still been in the bottom two either way.
True.
But the fact that they didn't.
Well, I don't know, they might have had a bottom two face-off.
Maybe. Yeah, it's.
Bridge off, I don't know what to call that.
Because Sam and Jessica, their bridge was not. I guess they tied for the 125 in weight.
Yeah.
But because they didn't follow the rules, they were automatically in the bottom two. Sam and Jessica were relieved from that, even though they didn't have a strong bridge.
But they're working so nicely together.
Yes,
so.
and that's.
I don't know.
But overall, the bridges were impressive. And you know, I built a bridge too that I wanted to share with everybody because I think my bridge is pretty good. I think it would hold at least 5 pounds. See, I mean, it's pretty solid.
5?
I think, yeah. I mean, it's not 6 feet. It's not 6 feet, so I think I have a plus here that I could probably hold. Maybe just a little bit more, since, you know, yeah. Hey, look at there. I mean, Legos aren't that heavy, but I mean, there. But this is about my strength when it comes to building bridges. So I have a hard time critiquing other bridges when I'm not a bridge builder.
That sounds like a analogy for life.
Well, yeah, just how Will said, he spends his time burning bridges,
Yeah.
not building bridges.
True.
There.
I'll just float under.
You'll float under the bridge.
I want to talk about Tyler and Amy's bridge.
Uh-huh.
Because I know
you had an issue with the ending.
I did. Okay, I thought their bridge was really cool looking, and it looked like a cobblestone. It was beautiful with the vines, butterflies. I mean, like that's the kind of bridge you want to go take your wedding photos at, right? And it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so glad when it didn't fall apart because everything stayed intact. But I thought it was hilarious because they just were like, we could at least make it look nice. And I just thought the irony of that situation was just so, like, it was funny.
So then you have Boone and Mark, who have a very sleek design, with all the windows in it and the people in there. That
was awesome.
I really thought when they're building, I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna kill some people when the bridge collapses. But then it held. It held 1,000 pounds as well, so you know it was.
I think they were shocked. They were shocked just because so many people had already seen theirs. Not so many, but I mean, you know, we already had a few.
Yeah.
And so that was tough.
Yeah. So Boone and Mark ends up winning the challenge because of the design. They liked it more, and they got the coveted golden brick.
Yes.
With 5 teams left, I mean that's pretty impressive. I mean,
and I think they'll hold on to that for a while.
I think they've got to be odds
really
on favorite
good
right now with that because they've got one out no matter what. You know, if they feel like they're failed, they can just use that brick and get into the finals.
If I feel like a failure, how come we don't have a golden brick in Wayne? We need a golden brick. I'm sorry. I didn't fail. Here's my golden brick.
I'm gonna go forward.
But okay, so I have to say that I was disappointed because I really did like Tyler and Amy's just because it was cobblestone and it was so nice and beautiful. Like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it crushed, so it didn't get crushed.
It didn't get crushed right then.
But I do like Mark and Boone. But both of these teams, Tyler and Amy, really have like come such a long way from like the first time. I really wasn't sure about that, how that was going to work. And then Boone and Mark, I just liked them from the very beginning. So, yeah.
Then elimination.
Yes. That was
kind of knew it was going to happen. I mean,
it's still tough though.
Flynn and Richard had a nice, beautiful design, even though it didn't hold a lot of weight.
Very true.
Mel and Jermaine were in the bottom two because they didn't finish their bridge and get it into the right place and didn't look as nice, and thus they were eliminated because the elimination was based purely on the design, not the strength.
Well, and I think it's really difficult when you have a partnership like that because you have, you tend to, I don't know, I mean, it's just the human in us, we take blame, like, oh, if I'd have done this, maybe it could have worked, or if I didn't do that, maybe it would have worked. But really, they're at the level now where this is all like, in my eyes, they're all like masters because they've all done such a great job. But this was really a real challenge for everyone. No one in the that's left is a bridge builder. Like, some of the other challenges they've had, they're like, oh, I can do a skyscraper. I can do, characters. I can do a dragon. I can do all these things. But the bridges,
although it is interesting,
you don't build a bridge very often.
It is interesting, those that have the background in any of the challenges that they do tend to lose those challenges.
True, because Christian and Aaron had that elevator and that.
Yeah, but I think it's just a matter of when it comes down to it, anything can go wrong when you're building in a short time frame,
Yeah, when there's a time limit, Time crunch, you're going, I don't know, I can't think like I
most of them
normally
don't
think.
get a chance to really test it. Like if you're building a bridge here at the store, you could build it and test it, and then go retest it and rebuild it and fix the
Make
things that are going,
modifications.
make modifications. They basically were just going for it, and then they tested a little bit, but not.
Well,
not
I don't
to
think they knew
that extent.
exactly how much it was going to be tested. Like, oh, first thing off, we're going to just put 25 pounds on there.
Yeah.
Except for, which one was it that they put the smaller?
It was Flynn and Richard, because they could tell that bridge was not going to hold.
Oh, okay.
They started them off really light. So.
I know. I was like, what are they putting on there? Feathers in a
Yeah.
bag or what? But anyway.
But they
I'm
put the
kidding.
25 on there. No, they did start with the 25 and it cracked immediately. And that's why they went with the 10s and stuff. Instead
I
of that.
know, and they're so good together.
Yeah.
Like they do a really good job together. But it was still difficult to see Mel and Jermaine go because they really are very talented. And each of the challenges obviously is supposed to stretch your knowledge or abilities, yeah, your skill level of building with Lego. So it's definitely hard to see them go.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, but it was totally an even playing field. Everybody had about the same knowledge
Exactly.
of, you know.
So
That was
overall, how did you like the show?
I liked it. I liked it based on the fact that everybody had a very even playing field. I did
Mhm.
like that everyone really, 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 like, I don't think anyone thought like, oh, this is totally my element and I'm gonna master this. I don't think any one of them thought that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was like, okay, this part's a challenge. At least some part of it was a challenge for everyone. And so considering the challenge that it was, I would say for me,
A bridge?
now you're building bridges.
Is it a 5-star bridge? A 5-brick bridge?
I would say, yeah, based on the type of challenge that it was, I would say so.
Put my bridge on top of that bridge.
It holds at
It's
least
even
that
better.
much.
Yeah. That is a bridge.
Yeah.
No, I really enjoyed this show. I like the fact that everybody was shocked that it held 1,000 pounds.
I do too.
Including
I
the
thought it was funny.
producers,
That they weren't prepared
the
for that.
judges, the producers,
Or-
everybody was surprised that
Yeah.
that it held 1,000 pounds. That was the biggest thing for me. To have 2 bridges do that was incredible. So.
Yeah. And I
But-
like the way they made the long bridge with everybody, you know, putting it together. But
But you can always build bridges here at Central Station Toys. We've got plenty of Legos to build with.
yes,
You can come in and build a classic bridge like mine,
an arch.
an arch. If you want to try to build one that holds 1,000 pounds, feel free. We'll set something up here for you. Next week, they've got storybooks.
That's interesting.
The kids look like they might be judging next week, which will
I
be
know,
fun.
and I liked it because it was like a little bit of Mad Libs, you know, with your storybook.
And when
I like that.
they get their build, like, how are we going to build this? I'm ready for it. They're going to have to really use their creative juices.
Okay.
It's unfortunate because I think Crystal and Amy would have dominated this one,
Yes.
but unfortunately they're already gone. So
I think this is gonna be Sam and Jessica's.
I think Sam and Jessica
Strong point.
will do well on this one. I think I think the rest of the teams are going to struggle with it. I think this may be Sam and Jessica's week to win. So we'll see.
We'll see. Any predictions from you guys? Let us know.
Put your comments down below. What was your favorite bridge? Did you agree with the judges with Boone and Mark, or do you agree with my wife with Tyler and Amy having the better bridge? And yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know what you're excited to see, and join us next time. We'll be here. We're Chris
And Stephanie.
with Central Station Toys in downtown Cleburne, Texas. Thanks for joining us, and we can visit us online.
Oh, don't forget to subscribe.
And like and share and everything else that you can do online. But
Say
visit
nice
us online,
things.
centralstationtoys.com. we do have shipping available. If you're
And
not in the
subscribe.
Cleburne area, you can order your stuff and just pick it up in the store. So we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.